Your paycheck is shrinking faster than you think. It's a pretty intense headline, right? But what does that actually mean for the money sitting in your bank account? Let's break it down.
Okay, let's get real for a second. You get that 5% raise, your boss is happy, you see the bigger number, but then at the end of the month, you somehow feel poorer. How is that even possible? What on earth is going on here?
Well, the answer lies in something we can call the paycheck illusion. It's this tricky gap between the number you see on your paycheck and what that money can actually buy in the real world.
To really get this, there are two terms you've got to know. First up is your nominal wage. Super simple, that's just the dollar amount you get paid. But the one that truly matters, that's your real wage. Think of it as your paycheck's actual real-world power after you factor in inflation. So let's make this crystal clear. Let's say you get that awesome-looking 5% pay raise. But, and here's the catch, if inflation for that year was 7%, your real wage didn't go up at all. It actually went down by 2%. You literally have more dollars, but each of those dollars buys you less stuff. And look, this isn't just some hypothetical scenario. This is the reality for millions of people right now. So let's dig into the hard data and see what's really happening. Here's the bottom line, plain and simple. For the vast majority of people, paychecks are losing the race against the cost of living. It's just that straightforward. And we can put a number on it. According to Bankrate's latest data, the average American's pay is lagging 1.2 percentage points behind the rise in costs. Think about that for a second. That's effectively a nationwide pay cut delivered by inflation.
This chart from Bank of America really paints the picture. That line way up at the top, that's inflation. And the lines below it, that's wage growth. You can see, especially for lower and middle income households, there's this persistent gap where wages are just constantly playing catch up and never quite closing the distance.
Bankrate analyst Sarah Foster puts this in really stark terms. She says this isn't just a minor issue. It is, and I'm quoting here, outright purchasing power destruction. It's a powerful phrase because it's true. It's the silent erosion of your ability to get ahead.
But does this trend hit everyone the same way? Not even close. So let's break down which professions are getting hit the hardest. Now, this is really interesting. Over the last 4 years, if you work in leisure and hospitality, your real wages are actually up almost 5%. That's fantastic. But then you look at the other end of the spectrum. Education is down nearly 5%. Construction and even finance jobs are deep in the red. It's a really mixed bag out there.
So what happens when people's ability to buy things goes down year after year? Well, the result is pretty predictable, but it's still alarming. More and more households are finding themselves with no financial buffer at all. And this chart drives that point home. It shows the percentage of families spending over 95% of their income on just the necessities. And look at that trend. It just keeps climbing. That financial cushion that people rely on is getting thinner and thinner. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a serious one. But enough doom and gloom. Let's pivot and talk about the solution. What can you actually do to fight back and protect your own purchasing power? This is the most important mindset shift you can make. In today's economy, just focusing on your next salary bump isn't enough. The real strategic move is to shift your focus from simply earning a salary to actively growing your net worth. So, how do you do that? It really boils down to 3 core strategies. First, invest to beat inflation. You can't just have your money sitting there losing value. It needs to be working for you in assets that are designed to grow faster than the cost of living. Second, build passive income streams. This one is huge. It's about creating ways to make money that aren't directly tied to your time, like rental income or revenue from a side project. And third, diversify into assets that can actually beat inflation. This means looking beyond just stocks to things that can act as a hedge, like commodities or certain types of bonds. The key is to not have all your financial eggs in one depreciating basket. And as you're doing all this, you have to watch out for one major trap. It's called lifestyle creep. You know what I mean? You get a raise, you get a nicer car. You get a bonus, you get a bigger apartment. If your lifestyle grows just as fast as your income, you're not actually getting ahead. You're just running faster on a treadmill, sweating harder, but going absolutely nowhere. So we'll leave you with this one final question to really think about. We all work hard for our money, that's a given. But in today's world, that's only half the battle. The real question you need to be asking yourself is this: is your money working harder than inflation?